Hello, everybody. My name is Stravos, and I hate monologues. And what's ironic about that is that I love YouTube and I love doing YouTube, but in this kind of style of format, what I'm exactly doing right now is monologuing. So that's really ironic. I just gotta get better at it, I guess, but I just can't think fast enough for exactly what I want to say and understand the topics fully as I am about to say them. And I think that's because I focus so much on the wording that I want to use because I'm an extremely deliberate person, and you'll see me kind of choking on my words like that very often. And that's just because I really want everything to come across exactly as I want it to, especially in a monologue format. I get really self-conscious, but I guess that's not the right wording. I guess metacognitive is a little bit better because I'm always thinking about what I'm thinking. Like, I'm thinking about how I'm thinking about the things I'm thinking about. And then right now, I'd be thinking about the fact that I'm thinking about things I'm thinking about. And because I just said that, the chain continues, and my brain has already gone 2-3 steps further, and I'm just not gonna like relay that to you guys because it'll just keep going. The more I talk about it, the more my brain goes ahead faster than I can speak. And a lot of the time, you hear a lot of people spoonerize their words, and I'm a huge victim of that. If you don't know what spoonerisms are, when you spoonerize words, it's nicknamed that because there was a guy named Spooner or something like that. His last name was Spooner or something like Spoon, and he used to do that like all the time apparently, and that caught on. But what it is when I guess okay, I'm looking at a kind of a notepad in front of me. It says memo book. So if you spoonerized that, it would be Bemo Mook. You would switch the letters around. It doesn't have to be just the first letters, but it can be just certain other parts. But I take it many steps further, and I'll be basically writing a script out in my head of what I'm about to say, deliberately like putting every single topic in the kind of phrasing I need it to be ahead of time, just with the rate that I'm speaking, and I will say something that, or I will spoonerize what I'm saying with something I'm not even close to saying yet. Like, I can't really describe it, but if you were to write down everything that I say and put it into a script, you would see like a paragraph or two ahead. I would spoonerize with a word, like a topic, like a fairly uh, big word to relate to the next kind of topic I lead into, so it's not completely abstract, but it's just really weird. I have so much trouble explaining my thoughts and getting it out. And again, that's just very ironic because I love doing YouTube, and I guess I just gotta get better with that. Because normally, if I'm actually talking to someone and there's like an actual person right in front of me, then I'll be an extremely cynical person. I'll know exactly what to say. I'll use their energy and feed off of their energy. But right now, there's no other energy, and I just have so much trouble with that. Uh, I just don't understand it. I'm not used to it. I never think to myself alone. It's all action based. I don't use language to think to myself. And I'm assuming that's decently uncommon. Occasionally, like, I'm assuming for the most part that you guys think in words, like the main majority of people think with words as they go about their day and doing the things they do. I don't. I think with like rhythms and almost like music throughout the things I do, but not sound music, but just rhythmic patterns of movement. And uh, I think that's why I really got intrigued by the Rubik's Cube, which I learned to solve by myself before looking up any guides. It took me quite a long time. It took me like 2 full days where I had nothing else to do but Rubik's Cube to actually like learn it, and I taught myself how. I taught myself algorithms because I knew there was such a thing as an algorithm. I knew what that meant, and I just kind of derived my own algorithms. I'm an extremely spatially aware person, and it's just really hard to put my words into language unless I get a flow like how I'm doing right now, which is amazing. I started off this commentary pretty terrible, but now I have things to talk about. But now this is where it gets dangerous, because I'm thinking paragraphs ahead, and I might spoonerize with things I'm about to say, and I don't want to lose what I'm about to say by concentrating too much on what I'm saying now. But anyways, where I was actually trying to lead that, but I dwelled on that part because I thought it was funny. Where I was going to lead that to is more with the Rubik's Cube, because that really fascinated me. Now I know a lot more techniques and stuff from, like, after I taught myself how to do it the first time. I went and looked online and found simpler ways, and like I fully understand all movements there are. I hardly use any algorithms ever. It's all just logical movements, and it's just natural at this point. My record, by the way, in case you're wondering, is like 10.4 seconds or something, just over 10 seconds. I haven't solved it in less than 10 seconds, at least that I have timed. And it's hard to time yourself, obviously, so that's, I'm saying about 10.4. It looked like it was pretty much right on 10, but I'm not gonna like exaggerate or anything like that. I'm gonna take the benefit of the doubt and go like 10 and a half, just to be sure. And that was a while ago. Yeah, I gotta get back into that and try that again, because it's such a relaxing thing to do. I still solve the cube. It's not at all a challenge anymore, and I can do like 4x4s, 5x5s, and stuff like that fairly easily as well. It's pretty much the same thing, just there's a few parodies, I think they're called, where there's different situations that don't normally happen. But like at least on a 3x3 or any other like kind of standard methodology, bringing it to a new version. It's all perspective based when you're talking about parodies, but yeah, it's just I still use the cube to exercise my fingers because I can react to spontaneous stimuli very quickly, and it helps me practice reacting to any possible scenario that might be in front of me and doing it deliberately and quickly to exactly what I want it to be doing. I think I worded that pretty well. And that's why I like the Rubik's Cube. I have this like actual finger exerciser. It's called a Varigrip something or other. Varigrip something. And it's like these pistons that are like almost like a trumpet kind of thing. I used to play trumpet, by the way. But yeah, it's like a trumpet, but there's 4 valves, so to speak, that you would press down, and it just kind of goes in your hand, and you squeeze it in either of the pistons, and you can set tensions and stuff like that. But it's not really meant for strength, it's meant for dexterity, I guess, being able to hit it fast. But that's why I like the cube better, because it's more spontaneous. Because you don't decide what you have to do on the cube. You have to react to whatever stimulus is there, and then figure out what you need to do. And the moment you figure out what you need to do, then you do it. Where with the Varigrip hand exerciser, you deliberately choose exactly which finger to go to and exactly what you want to do, and there's no reaction time to it. And that's why I don't like it as much, and that's why I think Rubik's Cube is actually really good practice for video games during the school day. I'll just pull it out during school, just randomly. I don't care. People look at me weird all the time. I don't know. fine. I'll be that Rubik's Cube guy. I kind of started a trend at my school where tons of people over the past few years have kind of adopted the Rubik's Cube, fairly specifically because of me, which is hilarious. I've taught quite a few people as well. I'm actually in the process of teaching one after coming back from the break. I started teaching the cube again. So yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I don't really have anywhere else to go with this. This turned into a Rubik's Cube commentary. And by the way, it's not a normal Rubik's Cube. It's a speed cube. It's like an off-brand kind of thing, like third-party kind of thing where it just twists easier. But it's still legal for competition. Don't worry. Don't like that was even a question of yours.
Yeah, obviously don't know.
But yeah, it allows you to twist faster and easier and just make the movements fast. But mine's tighter than most speed cubes, just because I like it tight for the dexterity aspect. Okay, I've been trying to end this video for like a minute now or two or something. I don't even know. So I'm gonna end it now, if that's okay with you. Probably. You probably already left once I started talking about nerdy stuff like Rubik's Cubes. But oh well. If you're still here, then I will bid you farewell. I will see you guys later. Goodbye.